Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I think 8th or 9th was, no, 10th, 11th also, no? 11th verse we completed last time, right?
Yes, no.
Yeah. I know we managed to put up the recording in time. I forgot about the recordings actually this time. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm sure pretty simple, there is no questions or clarification. But if you notice in the last class, the main thrust has been by Yama on two main points. One, not being a karmata. Three main points. One, not being a karmata. Because Yama said, I got stuck in this position. I myself have got stuck in this position because I did a lot of karmas. If any of us are thinking of doing that many karmas to get a position like that, forget it. Kali Yuga, you will not be able to do. To do Sandhya Vandanam regularly, all the Brahmanas are struggling. Then what about Agnihotra? Regularly. It's only after that you do other rituals. This is based Nitya karma, this is. Okay. Then other karmas are necessary on top of it. If you want to go to these places, etc. Then lot of upasanas are necessary on top of it. Nobody in Kali Yuga can do it. Even the priests in Kali Yuga don't do it, I'm telling you. At least priests can do it. I asked them, why don't you do Nitya Agni? Why don't you become a Nitya Agnihotri at least? I said, Swamiji, what to do? So many people call us here and there for so many pujas. Correct? Correct? You have to make a living, na? There is nobody giving you a grant. Olden days, kings would give a grant and things like that. So that Brahmanas, okay, minimum is there. Daridraha, but minimum is there. Nowadays, that's not available. So you have to earn a living. Therefore, how much can you do? Understandable. Therefore, and Yama says not necessary also. Don't be a karmata. Do enough karma. Have some bhakti, to have the bhakti out of you and extend that bhakti to your day-to-day life so that you become a karma yogi. Good enough. Good enough. Do some japa, dhyanam, etc. Good enough. I will give you a complete picture of this and what to do when we do Isavasi Upanishad. Okay, that time I will do that. Okay, so that is one thing. Then another point he stressed upon was how the teacher and the student both have to be kushala. Both have to be kushala. The kushalatvam meaning you have a sense of competency. More than just mere efficiency. Okay, you are a competent in what you are doing. The sense of competency, personal competency is there. So as a student, your competency will depend upon sadhana chatushtayam, the fourfold qualifications. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, 6, which includes Sama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. Okay. 6 of them. Yeah. All that I have explained very, very detailed. Okay. So this is in terms of your qualifications of a student. And mumukshutvam, of course, the fourth one. Very important. If moksha ichha is not there, then what's the point in all this? I mean, you'll be a competent person in life, that much is there. Like what I make out of my college students. Very competent in life. Good. Then when they start thinking more about it, they'll come to moksha in time. That's how it goes. So that is in terms of being a kushalatvam with respect to the student. Now kushalatvam with respect to the teacher, difficult to evaluate, difficult to judge. But basically, okay, one way of looking at it is Kshotriyam Brahmanishtaha. To be a Kshotriya, well versed in the scriptures, and Brahmanishta, to be rooted in your knowledge. But nowadays there are many scholars claiming to be Kshotriyas. They will say, I am a Kshotriya, I am not a Brahmanishta. But when you hear them teaching, they are scholarly, but not sampradaya with. They don't know the methodology of teaching. Those who come to the camp, I am doing a verse which we have done before, but you will see it done from a very different manner altogether, because I want you all to show how methodology itself has got so much of variations in it. So one who has mastered the methodology of teaching. In short, through finite words revealing the infinite. That, and he very clearly says here, na avarena proktaha labhyaha, he says. Na narena avarena proktaha. By somebody used less than that. Okay. Eshaha, in the 8th verse, suvigneya bahuda chintamanaha. If it is spoken by non-sampradaya with, very difficult to understand, he says. Yeah. If it is spoken by a sampradaya with, suvigneyaha bahuda chintayamanaha. Why? Because you have various opinions about the self. I heard scholars teach. No, in Advaita Vedanta it is like this. I don't even use the word Advaita Vedanta. For me, Vedanta is Advaita. This talks about it like that. This is the stand of our organization. Is truth the stand of an organization? The organization has to stand on the truth, not the other way around. Otherwise, it will become a personality cult. It says, Ananya Prokte, if somebody else is teaching it, Gatiratra Nasti, there is no way you can get it. Yama talking, okay? I am quoting Yama here. Gatiratra, okay. So all that we saw last time, okay? He says, don't fall for this karma business, he said, all that he said. He praised Nachiketa also in terms of his vairagya towards other things, dharmartha kama, and only for moksha. We saw all that elaborately, okay? He says, now he says something else, okay? He is still continuing the topic. Okay? He is not giving it up. Up to now, he has not yet come to the main teaching. Okay, yeah. Main teaching is still left. Okay, what is that? Tam durdarsham gudam anupravishtam guhahitam guhavarishtam puranam Adhyatma yoga adigamena devam matva dhira harsha shoko jahati. Tam durdarsham. Okay. Tam durdarsham. That which is very difficult to see, to know. That which is very difficult to see. Meaning, can it be seen? No. Seeing used in the sense of knowing. Okay? As clearly as you see it. To know as clearly as you see it. Therefore, durdarsham. Gudam anupravishtam. Why? It is gudam, it is hidden. Anupravishtam. Very subtle. Anupravishtam. Okay. Okay. And guhahitam. Guhahitam. Buddhi guhayam hitam. Ahitam. It is hidden in your own buddhi guha. What is buddhi guha? The core of your buddhi. Buddhi is the seat of your I, na? Ahankara. Why do I say buddhi is the seat of the I? Because conceptual self, it's a concept. Ahankara is a concept. What is the truth of behind that concept? Because when you say there is a concept, that concept has to be based on a fact, not understood completely. That's why you conceptualize it. Therefore, what is the truth behind the concept of the Ahankara? That is the Atma. Guhahitam. Gavareshtam. Okay. And it is not in the midst of all your sorrow, it is existing as Ananda. I am not even going to suspect it is me. I am not even going to suspect. Why? All my experiences prove my finitude. All my experiences are giving me sukha dukkha. I am trying to avoid dukkha on one side, go get sukha on the other side. I mean, we all have gone through stages in life now when we say, God, give me a break. How much I have to put up one after the other? Come on, give me a break. Yeah, difficult, I accept, I understand. Yeah. Therefore, how are you even going to suspect that you are the source of all Ananda in the world? That you are the limitless consciousness? You are not even going to suspect that. Okay? When you are struggling, you are not going to even suspect that. Okay? And actually, the word Puranam, an ancient one. Pura ipi navam. Ancient one means Buddha ban gaya abhi. When you see ancient one, that's why you have some depictions of God in some of the sects as an old man. Why? A long time from the beginning of creation he has been there. No. Pura api navam iti Puranam. Even in ancient times he was new, meaning not touched by time. He is there right from the beginning of time, but he is not touched by time. Puranam, ancient Puranam. Adhyatma yogad adigamena devam. Adhyatma yogad. Adhyatma jnanat. Okay. Yeah. Now translation is concentrating on the mind, withdrawing it from all. Oh, yoga sunana. The moment the word yoga comes in any text anywhere, people always think of, oh, concentrate the mind, concentrate the mind. Adhyatma jnanat. Yoga iti jnanam. There are places where yoga is used in the sense of knowledge. But then why not say jnanam? Why say yoga? To include whatever is necessary to master your mind. That's why the word yoga is used. Okay? Because jnanam alone, then mastering your mind may be left out. Okay. But since the subject matter is about knowing the truth, Then if you use the word yoga, anyway the whole subject matter is knowing the truth. Therefore, Adhyatma Yoga will become Adhyatma Jnanam. Okay. 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 Adhigamena Devam. This Devam, this reality is understood like that. Adhyatma Yogena. Okay. And Matva. Matva meaning Jnatva, knowing that. Okay, knowing that. Okay. Dhiraha. Dhiraha. Matva. Dhiraha meaning the thinking person. Again, if you look at the translation, Matva, meditating upon. Since when did Matva become meditating upon? You know, when you translate, you should ensure that your personal philosophy does not influence the translation. Matva, to understand, to know. Okay, matihi iti. Therefore, Matva, Dhiraha, the wise person, the thinking person, Harsha Shoko Jahati. Harsha Shoko Jahati. This up and down about joy and sorrow, na? This yo-yoing between joy and sorrow. Jahati. He gives it up. He transcends that. He goes beyond that. Why? No more are you buffeted by the circumstances of life. कभी खुशी कभी गम नहीं होता है. Experience will be there, कभी खुशी कभी गम. But you are always what? Ananda. Therefore, beyond this kushi and gum business, you know, this opposites, that's only at the level of your mind. I am free from that. Therefore, eta jnanam, adhyatma yogena jnanam, matva jnatva, harsha shoko jahati. Free from these opposites of joy and sorrow. Not only that, okay, he's going further on it. What is he saying? Etat shrutva samparigrahya martyaha pravrakha dharmam anumetam apya samodate modaniyam hi labdva vivartagum satma nachiketa sammanye. Very nicely. He concludes that section now. Etat Shrutva. Having listened to this, remember that Shrutva, Shravanam, he is emphasizing Shravanam. He is not emphasizing anything else here, if you notice. Direct. No chance for any misinterpretation. Etat Shrutva. Having known this. Okay? Having listened to this. Having listened to this. Etat Shrutva. And Samparigrahya martyaha. Samparigrahya. Grasping it fully. Not sunke gaya. No, listening also is a skill. You know, you have to listen to integrate it into yourself. My grand guru, Puja Swamiji's guru, Taranandagiri would say this. Someone asked him once, you know, Swamiji, वो पूज्य स्वामी जी के बाद आपके साथ कौन कौन आके पढ़ा? हाँ, एक राम चैतन्य था, राम मोहन था, that is myself, उदय था. बट स्वामी जी हम सुना इन लोग भी आया था आपके साथ. उन लोग तो सुन के गया. Very clear. One was Visharananda. He is in Mysore. He teaches a very small group, 2-3 people, that's it. Swami Visharananda. Another Udayacharya, who is based in Khargar, good teacher. Third is myself. This he would say, Pada hai. Others, sun ke gaya. He had a nice expression. I mean, he was not a one to mince words. Taranandagiri was not a one to mince words. Therefore, etat shrutva. Listen until it becomes part of you. Listen. Let the Let your mind go along with the words, especially unfolding happening. Here it's explaining things. Unfolding is happening. Let your mind go along with the words until you can say, yes, that is true. That yes, that is true. That is the important point there. Therefore, samparigrahya. Martyaha, the mortal, pravuhya. Because only then the knowledge is come. Pravihya dharmyam anumetam apya. Dharmyam here doesn't mean righteousness. Dharmam here meaning the reality, okay, the Atma, the reality. How can you interpret dharma as reality? Here your philosophy is influencing your translation, isn't it? We all know dharma is right and wrong. No. That is a secondary step, right and wrong. Dharayati iti dharma. That which sustains everything is called dharma. It's only the consciousness that sustains everything. Therefore, dharmyam, okay, anumepam apya, separating it out from all the notions, all the opinions, all the perceptions of it. To separate out that reality. I have taken myself to be a body, mind, this, that, etc. My role, this, that. See yourself as independent of all that. That reality is what we are being talking about, we are explaining. So, when you understand that and we are explaining that, very clear it becomes. Drigdrishi Viveka in short. All of you have seen the seer scene logic, na? Go over with that again in your mind. Okay? What happened to that Martya, that mortal now? Okay, I did that. I am not the body, mind, etc. Body is dependent on me, I am independent of the body. My prana is dependent on me, I am independent of the prana. Mind is dependent on me, I am independent of the mind. My knowledge is dependent on me, I am independent of the knowledge. Ignorance depends on me, I am independent of the ignorance. I am the one who is aware of all this. That awareful being, the witness, the Sakshi, is that absolute reality. That's the teaching that's going to come. Therefore, one who has done that, he says, what happens? Samodate modaniyam hi labdva. Samodate, he says, he revels himself. Why? The source of all moda, he has got it. Okay. Moda means happiness, okay, Ananda. In fact, Swamiji has given that name to one of my students. She was there in the UK camp. She stays in Switzerland, but for the camp just that day, she came for the weekend camp from Switzerland. Okay, yeah. Her name is Madeline, but Swamiji told Modaha as a target. This is what you have to understand. This is what you have to know. So Modaniyam hi labdva. If you get Ananda, what do you become? Ananda. Because Ananda does not stand separate from you. In fact, isn't that what you are trying to do with any desire? To become one with the object of desire? You love Rasagulla. Great sweet. Acha, you love Rasagulla? Here. Too nice Rasagulla made by a Bengali lady. There is nothing to beat that. Here. Wow. Okay, then you can't tuck into it. You can't eat it. You become miserable. एक भी नहीं खा सकते ना, एक भी नहीं खा सकते. Okay, at my age, एक खाएगा तो बहुत हो गया. Okay. There are youngsters here who can have half a dozen also. That's a different thing. Therefore, modaniyam hi labdva, gaining. Like there at least they stand separate. Here Ananda, I am Ananda is understanding. Therefore what? If you are Ananda only. Now what else will I have? Modaniyam. Your life is one joy then. Yeah. One Ananda comes through every aspect in your life. Happy experiences, miserable experiences, challenging experiences, whatever. No experience. No experience anyway is Ananda, like in deep sleep. Therefore, Modiniyami labdva vivrutam satmaha nachiketasam manye. Okay. Vivrutam satmaha. Vivrutam, the gate खुला है आपके लिए. So this palace of moksha, the palace of Ananda, the gates are open for you, he says. The gates are open. And you have to walk in terms of understanding. Okay, this is just a poetical way of putting it. Gates are open for you. Moksha awaits. What are you waiting for? All of us, moksha awaits. What are you waiting for? In Viveka Chudamani, Shankara, proving to be the true-blooded Malayali that he is, okay, even though Brahmana, etc., okay, he says, if the damsel of moksha is knocking at your bedroom door, what are you going to do? The damsel of moksha is knocking at your bedroom door, what are you going to do? Shankara saying, not me, okay? I loved that expression. Refer Viveka Chudamani, later half, you'll get it. Okay. Okay. So, similarly, gates of moksha are open. Walk in. Yeah, again. Now, after hearing all this, why did Yama say all this much? So much he talked. If you look at it, 13 verses minimum he has talked on all this. 13 verses, right from the beginning to now. He has talked all which seems to be sides, no? Not the main thing. What is the purpose of it? The purpose was to clarify for Nachiketa his own question. What is the question he asked in the beginning? याद है? Asti teike, nasti teike. For respect to moksha. Karmata's mind will go to karma. No. For moksha, what did he ask? Asti teike, nasti teike. He had asked that. Is there something like that? Is there life after death? You don't meet Yamaraja and ask, is there life after death? Na pura Yamalok bhara hua hai. Remember, all the 14 dimensions are more people than this dimension, okay? If you put all of them together, because the silent majority, the people who are dead and gone, are more than the people who are living anyway, isn't it? Why do you have to ask Asti Tiyake, Nasti Tiyake? So, but after hearing all this that Yama said, he refines that question. He refines that question. And look at what he's asking now. Anyatra dharmad, anyatra dharmad, anyatra samvat kritat kritat, anyatra asmat kritat kritat, anyatra bhutat bhavya chayan, tat pashyasi tadvada. This is almost the definition of the Atma itself. Look at what he is asking. Anyatra dharma, other than dharma, other than adharma, other than your sense of right and wrong, other than all the karmas that are meant for here and hereafter. Dharma includes those things also. All your religious karmas and the result of that karma, which is punya. Therefore, anyatra dharma meaning other than punya also. Because punya will take me to all these dimensions. I don't want to be a tourist. I don't want to be a tourist. Both kiye. I've been there, done that, seen a lot of places. I don't have to now go and see heaven also. Both dekha hai. Anyatra dharmat. Anyatra adharmat. Other than all the sense of wrong and the wrong karma that I do, that will take me to lokas of pain. Anyatra dharma. That which is other than dharma and adharma. In short, that which is free from karma, that which cannot be attained by karma. That means that which is independent of being a karta and bhokta. All this is there in that question. It's a refined question now. Okay? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. Anyatra asmat kritat kritat. Clarifying that for other than what is done or not done. Other than what is done or not done. Okay? Or other than cause effect. Because action has been covered in dharma adharma. So kritam and akritam. Kritam is that which is caused. Akritam is that which is the cause. Caused or effect and the cause. Other than that. Other than cause and effect. Our whole pursuit is cause and effect pursuit, isn't it? What is the building block of matter? What is the building block of this? What is the building cause effect, cause effect, cause effect. Other than cause and effect. Other than cause and effect. In the camp, we'll be soaked in this for the next 4 days. Totally. Okay, yeah. Anyat kritat kritat. Not only that, anyatra bhutat bhavyach. Other than what is past and present, and past and future, bhavyam, future. Other than the past and the future. The past was the present when it obtained. The future will be the present when it obtains. Therefore, what is the present? He doesn't dismiss the present if you notice. He says other than past and future, meaning independent of time, other than time, that which is timeless, that which is ever present, always the present. Not being in the present, no, that which is always present, that which is independent of past and future. Yat tat pashyati, pashyasi, that is what you seeing, that what you see, that this is what you are seeing, this is what you are knowing. Tat vada, please teach me that. I mean, what a question. Compare it with the previous question, asti iti eke, nasti iti eke. Do people survive death? Yeah. I mean, that's a kiddish question. I get that also. Samji, is there life after death? Let's go die and now find out. Samji, I'm not ready to die now. Why? Are you not ready for an adventure? What is the other side of midnight? There's a book written like that, no? Other Side of Midnight. Sidney Sheldon, I think. It's a sequel. Yeah. Adventurous. देखा है क्या हुआ? Let's see what is there. And look at this question. Anyatra dharma dharma cha. That which is free from dharma dharma, punya papa, etc., other lokas, everything, all that free from. Krita krita, free from cause and effect. That means what is beyond Ishvara also. Ishvara is the cause of the world. No? World is the effect, Ishvara is the cause. Other than cause and effect. Other than cause and effect. Anyatra bhutat bhavyacha. Other than the past and the future. Other than time. Yat pashyati tat vada. That which you see. Yat tat pashyasi. That which you are seeing. Tell me that. This is what I want to know. What a question. What a question. Rarely do you get a chance to see a better question than this. rarely. All the books that I have read and seen, quite voluminous, though by no means complete, but difficult to see a better question asking about the Atma. In fact, in a way, this is a tatastha lakshana of the Atma, because you are pointing out Atma is independent of all these things. It's almost like defining the Atma. Almost. I'm not saying it is, but it's quite close to that. That means what? There's already a vague half understanding of the whole thing. And says, this is what I want to clarify. That means what? He had said previously, you have to see yourself as independent, na? Beyond the body, mind, etc. One verse back. He's saying, yes, I'm seeing it. This is what I want to know. What? Pravrkhya dharma manumetam apya. In the previous verse, he had said that. In the 13th verse, he had said, separating out all, seeing the whole thing, viveka. Seeing the eye as independent of all this. It says here, this is what I know. I am seeing the eye as independent of. But I don't know what that eye is. I can only infer that it is, or I can only perceive that it is independent. I don't know what I am. That's what I want to know. This much I have come. Because of all that you have said, this much I have understood. That's why I elaborated about karma and criticize karma. Why? Karma will take you only so much. Therefore, anyatra dharma dharma. Cause and effect. Other than that, because this cause leads to that, he is seen that. Cause and effect is a process. Therefore, finite. No one that. Clarifying that further in terms of time. Bhuta bhavya. He is halfway there already. He is halfway there already. So now you realize why Yama elaborated all that much. When a teacher digresses, there is always a purpose behind it. Like someone told Swamiji, Swamiji, you joke a lot in the class. Swamiji said, I don't joke. And he laughed. And we all got it. Yes, you don't joke. You're highlighting something through that. All stories, this, that, are all meant to highlight. Clarify your understanding of certain things. Drive home certain points. And that's exactly what Yama has done. Therefore, don't dismiss this as just something, just talking, you know. सब हम लोग बुढ़ा बन गया, बुढ़े लोग बहुत बात कर रहा है. Which may be true. Which may be true. But that apart, there is a purpose here. It's purposeful talking. It is not vague. Talking about the past. That sometimes we all do. That's a different thing. Yeah, a speaker is also guilty about it. Once in a way I do that. Arey, kya tha? Maja tha. You don't know what our times were. Then I catch myself. I'll say, I am speaking exactly like my father used to speak. He used to say, I remember buying a cup of tea for 1 paise. My father used to say. And now I say, I remember buying a cup of tea for 1 rupee. Udupi mein. Udupi is now 25 bucks. So, all that is just storytelling. That's not what that's not what Yama did here. Okay? Yeah. So like I was coming back from Bandra today, so I caught hold of a rickshaw. I had to come back fast because the Shok Sabha was over. At 7 o'clock I had to start the class now. So I was coming. And the rickshaw driver is telling me, साहब हमको याद है पेट्रोल 13 रुपया था. सर हाँ भैया हमको भी याद है तभी मीटर 50 पैसे में चलता था. Minimum was 50 paise. He looked at me. Now don't crib. The message is very clear. I agreed with him. But he is smart. He got the message all right. Most people don't get it. He got it. He's a smart guy. So Yama's elaboration here, the purpose behind it, okay, and that purpose has been fulfilled in Nachiketa's question. So understand, those of you who are good students, this is what the methodology of teaching is. This is part of the methodology, okay. ये storytelling नहीं है. Yeah, we all can be good storytellers, that's different. Okay, yeah. Now Yama is saying, okay, now ready to go, let us start. Why spend any more time on anything else? The guy has got it. You look at this question. All right. So he starts by a declaration of things. Sarve Vedaha yat padamamananti tapasi sarvani yad vadanti yad icchantaha brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimi omityeta. Sarve Vedaha yat padamamananti. That which is held as the ultimate goal in all the Vedas. There's only one Veda, but divided into four by the basis of his chant, okay? On the basis of the meters, not basis of content. So, Sarve Vedaha Yat Padam Amananti. Okay. In one voice, what they all proclaim. In one voice, what do they all proclaim? Swamiji, so much of karma, etc. is there. For the avivekis, dharmartha kama for the aviveki. For the viveki, what is it being said? Veda gives you all that, hoping that in time the guy will understand. Father is a big businessman. Okay. He's trying to explain something to his 5-year-old child. How much will the 5-year-old child understand? Daddy, you got so much of money. Can you buy me this new toy? Is he going to understand anything more than that? Artha, Kama. But you have to be a good person, okay? I'll get you that. You have to be a good person. Dharma. Vedas talk dharma, artha, kama for balanam. Balanam, for children. For those who have got a bit of maturity, irrespective of the age. Age does not guarantee maturity. Age only guarantees grey hair, which you can cover up very nicely. I am telling you, I have seen mature 18-year-olds who astonished me. Sometimes out of the mouth of babes, 5-year-olds. Yeah. Like when I went to UK, this 5-year-old kid comes and asks me, Swami, uncle? I said, हाँ beta. Will you teach me? So what do you want to learn? Everything. I took a step back actually. And she's looking expectantly at me. You know? So I put a hand on her shoulder. I said, Betty, of course I will teach you everything. And she said, when I go big, I'll come and learn. And her grandparents, mother and all, I said, be careful of this kid, okay? Yeah, this is not an ordinary kid. 5-year-old. There is a certain, that kid probably had been exposed to a lot of all this before in her last life. Otherwise, a 5-year-old is not going to ask this. Yeah. But of course, she has to go through life's experiences, mature out in the practical aspect of things before she comes and learns. And if her prarabdha is strong to learn from me, I will live another 10 years than what I am supposed to. Why? It's only 5 now. You can't come to me before she is 25. No? So then another 10 years I have to be there. No? If, otherwise my students will be there. Kya prakar pada hai? Yeah. So sarve vedaha yat padam avananti. Tapamsi sarvani cha yad vadanti. Okay. What is the intention of all the tapas that people do? बहुत तपस करता है. आँख बंद करके breathing करो. Your body gets overheated. That type of breathing. You get ulcers in the mouth. Not just that type of pranayama, okay? That is baby steps. But tapas, pranayama that literally burns up your body. I can show you pranayamas that will melt your weight away. Why melt your weight away? Because your body will heat up so much that your fat will melt. Will you be able to take it? Tapas, that's why it is called tapas. Why are you doing all that? To master my mind so that I can know the truth. Nothing, no difficulty is a problem then. Tapas, austerities. Why are you fasting? Intermittent fasting is to lose weight and tackle your health problems of diabetes, etc. Navaratri, 9 days fast. Only on some liquids you will live. Huh? I have a friend like that. He'll eat some fruits and liquids for 9 days. He won't take anything else. No food. And he's a martial art teacher and he takes his class every day. Can you imagine how physically demanding a martial art class is? How physically demanding a martial art class can be. He does that. That's tapas. He doesn't know he wants it for moksha yet. आ जाएगा. किधर भागेगा? They all, like Yama saying, they all come into my hands only anyway. Therefore, tapamsi sarvani yad vadanti jadichantaha brahmacharyam charanti. Okay. Ichchanta, yad ichchantaha, desiring what? Brahmacharyam charanti. He lives a life. Celibacy is upalakshana. Because we are not talking about brahmachari as a student here. Brahmachari student is 8-year-old. Here we are talking about an adult leading a life without family, without this, etc. A sadhu lifestyle. He may not have taken up the robes, but is leading that life. Yad ichchanta, desiring what? That mokshaha ichchantaha. You've given up your job, your money, your house, your family. You're just going to go and stay in Rishikesh and study. Brahma marge charanti iti brahmachari. One who follows the Brahma marga. Here Brahma is not in this definition of mine, Brahma is not the Veda. Brahma is the Brahman itself, the reality. Brahmacharyam charanti. Tatte padam, that padam. That padam. Sangrahena bravimi. I will tell you in brief. In one word, I'll tell you that. What is that? Om ityeta. That is nothing but Omkara, he says. Okay. Now there is an elaborate description on what is Omkara. You know, one of my friends posted a very nice Facebook post. Samjhi Omkara. Yeah, aa jayega sir. But many people don't understand Omkara when I give conventional explanations. There was this kid, 8-year-old girl, who would come to the church, look at the altar, smiling away, close her eyes, smile, go away. And the priest is watching. Padri there is watching the girl. Next day she comes again, looks at the altar, smiles, goes, smiles back, close her eyes, smile, open eyes, smiles, goes away. Padri observed it for a full month. He said, such a devotional girl. I have not seen people who come to the church every day like this. One Sunday आने को मुश्किल हो जाता है उन लोगों को. Once a week आने को मुश्किल हो जाता है. What is this? Kid is coming every. So he called the kid after that. Yeah, Betty, wait a minute. My child, wait a minute. What are you praying to the Lord for? She says, I don't know any prayer. You don't know any prayer? I don't know any prayer. Nobody has taught you anything? No. Then what are you doing to the Lord? I know ABCD. So I tell from ABCD all the way up to Z to the Lord. And I tell him, Lord, I don't know any prayer. But all prayers will have to use AB. All the alphabets, no? All prayers will have to use all the alphabets. Therefore I tell God, you arrange it how you want and make it a prayer. I am giving it all to you. Now this is something I have heard, so I don't know if it's true or not. Now we are going one step. Now with this story in mind, look at what Omkara is. Omkara is a word for, name for Ishvara. What is Ishvara? Everything. Everything is Ishvara. Past, the present, the future. All the 14 dimensions. Plus some. Atti tishtanti dashangulam. Plus some. All that is Ishvara. किस नाम से पुकारूं? One name stands for one thing. One name will stand for one thing alone. I want a name which covers everything. Like that kid, remember? I want a name that covers everything. So the kid stopped at the alphabet because of the child. The rishis went one step more. Said, all names are nothing but sounds. Alphabet is representing a sound. No? So all names are nothing but sounds. All sounds for a human being is produced from the gullet to the lips. So open your mouth and say a word. Ah. Close it and say a word. They have picked up one representative of everything in between. Because for in between words you have to make faces. E, O, I, O, Au, Kha, G, G. They chose one word, Ukara. They are stuck to vowels, Therefore, Omkara becomes A, U and M. Therefore, there are some idiots who will chant it as Aum. No. A and U phonetically coalesce together. That phonetic coalescing makes it O. You say it fast, Au, 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 Au. It will become O. And therefore, Om. Ekamatraha. So the sound Om stands for Ishvara. Why? All names are Ishvara. All names are nothing but sounds. All sounds are from here to here. Om. From A and and everything in between covered by just that one word, Omkaraha. Therefore, in olden times, Omkara was never written down. Why, if you write down when you say Om, what do you think? What comes into your mind when you are hearing Om? That funny alphabet, no? No. Omkara is Ishvara. And what about the reality behind Ishvara? That's also Omkara. The silence from where the chant comes up, Om. The silent into which the chant dies down. I taught that in our meditation classes. The, the chant from where it comes and the silence from where the chant comes, the silence into which the chant dies down, that silence represents Brahman, the reality. That's all the Veda is teaching. It includes you into it, no? You are not standing separate from this Brahman. So this is the whole goal. The whole goal of human endeavor is symbolized by that one word, Om. Sangrahena pravishyami, Om ityetat. So don't make a mockery of it, okay? I've seen people doing that. Hari Om, 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 Om. Tappad marne ka. Om is not to be bandied about like that. Om is sacred. Yeah. Because when you're saying Om, Ishvara, everything should be in your mind. The reality should be there. If that is not there, be careful. At least don't make a joke of it. Because then when you hear Om, you'll think of the joke, not of Ishvara. Minimum Ishvara should be there. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the goal in brief. Okay. So the remaining teaching is what? Elaborating Omkara. Though it doesn't deal with too much with Omkara. Okay, doesn't deal too much. That other Upanishads do. Here he introduces that idea. What Omkara is about. Okay. So Om ityetat. Okay. Then after the explanation, I'll have to do 2-3 verses together. Otherwise it'll confuse people. So good place to stop. Okay. Om Tat Sat. Next Friday no class because we are in the camp. So the Friday after that. So I will be meeting you all now in the class on 8th. First we are in the camp. 8th we will have the class. First, second, third no class. Everything back to normal on 8th, 9th, 10th. Yeah. So take care, all the best, enjoy yourselves. Night is still young. Pranam ji, take care. Pranam ji, pranam. Pranam, take care. Pranam ji, those who are coming for the camp, I'll see you at the camp. Others, I'll see you all after I come back. Pranam ji.
Swamiji, I have not received any confirmation. So, in fact, I was the first one to.
I beg your pardon?
I didn't get any confirmation from.
Who is speaking?
Jagdishan.
You have registered, na?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why it must have been missed out. Please come. I will double check it and ask them to send you an email.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are registered, you are there definitely, no problems. I'll ensure there is a room for you, everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, please come. I will double check it and ask them to confirm with you also.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care. Namaskaram.